What is going on, everyone? Zainov here with your daily tips, tricks, and news for Battlefield 4. So for today's video, I thought I would touch base on some of the future DLC in Battlefield 4, specifically Final Stand. Now, Final Stand is the last DLC that we will receive for Battlefield 4. Its main quote reads, "Bring the war to its epic conclusion." Now, at the moment, not much is currently known about Final Stand, but it will focus on the conclusion of the War of 2020. Now, before I start giving my ideas about what this DLC could feature, I wanted to let you know my train of thought that led me to my conclusion. So if we go all the way back to China Rising, we know it is based in the Chinese mainland. It's all about China in this DLC and how the war started. Now, based off of the trailer for China Rising, you can pretty much assume that the United States was attacked by China. Now, when the bomber flies overhead, all of the US soldiers start running for their lives, so we don't really know if they were randomly attacked or they were expecting it. But if we move on to Second Assault, this DLC features returning maps from Battlefield 3. Now, I don't have much reason to believe that this DLC is involved in the storyline because they are returning maps that we have seen before. I mean, Operation Metro 2014 is actually taking place in 2016 after the nuke went off in Paris, so there could be a slight bit of a connection between Battlefield 3's campaign and Battlefield 4's DLC. If we move on to Naval Strike, we know it's an entire naval combat themed DLC. Now, since naval combat takes place in water, there's obviously going to be a fleet of ships or something along the lines of that. I think that China has weakened the US Navy so much that they had to fall back towards the US. Throughout the maps, there could be certain Levolution events that take place, but all of the maps are one continuous battle. Since DICE will most likely mix it up, they could add some islands that represent Hawaii or something along the lines of that. The Levolution could be some of the ships blowing up or a volcano in Hawaii erupting. Either way, it would be awesome to see a completely water-based DLC. I have some reason to believe that Dragon's Teeth is an all-American DLC. Westy and Lupus made some really good points in their videos about how these maps could feature cities from the US. Now, for example, one map could be in New York City, while another is in Los Angeles or Las Vegas. Now, all-American does not mean they necessarily have to be in cities. They could be famous landmarks as well. These landmarks could range from the Golden Gate Bridge to Mount Rushmore. Now, since Battlefield 4 is all about Levolution, even though it was not added in China Rising, they could have the Golden Gate Bridge collapse or Mount Rushmore blow up. The Levolution possibilities for this DLC are pretty much endless. I would love to see this be implemented into the game, and if it is true, then Final Stand will have to be located in the United States as well. When you hear somebody say Final Stand, what do you immediately think of? Well, for me, I think of the last battle that will end it all. Now, if Dragon's Teeth is in the United States, then Final Stand will either be in China, giving payback to the Chinese, or in the United States where the US has one epic final battle where the winner will take all. Now, these maps could feature around the key cities in the United States, much like with Dragon's Teeth. Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, will definitely be one of the maps if my theory is correct. I know this video may have been a little out there as compared to my normal videos, but there is a really good chance of this being the correct storyline planned for all of the future DLCs. Well, that's about it for this video. Be sure to let me know what you think the storyline is in the comment section down below. You can throw any ideas out there, just be sure to provide enough evidence to support your theory. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, then be sure to click the like button, and if you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe for some more awesome Battlefield 4 content. Thanks for watching, everyone, but until next time, this is Zainov, and I'll see you in the next video.